What's up, guys? Coach Brett here. We're going to talk a little bit today about bats and how to select a bat, right? So we get this question so much in the preseason. How do you select a perfect bat for you? How do you do it for your athlete? What size should they have? How long? Is it too big? When should they move up? All those questions. So hopefully we can clarify that and give you a little gauge and some tests that you can use as you select your bat this preseason. So first things first, let's talk a little bit about length. And there's a real simple test you can do for length of bat just to kind of gauge how big it should be. And I'll explain why in a moment. This probably isn't always the best test, but it's a very good gauge. So if you put the bat like this in the center of an athlete's chest and you have them extend their arm out, the bat size should be right about in the middle of the fingers for a good length for somebody's bat size. If it's too long, if it's like this and they're way over their fingers, still being in the middle of the chest, that's too long. And conversely, if it's way underneath in the palm or something, that might be a little bit too short. All right, so we're aiming again, right in that part, the reverse part of the upper knuckles of the hand. So that's first for length. Of course, it's not always the best measure for a kid just to go off length because the drop size, right? So if you have a minus 14 bat, you probably could still swing it. All right, it could be huge on a kid, but they might still be able to swing it because it's a lighter bat. So that can get a little bit tricky. I think a better gauge when you're selecting bat is testing what weight works for you. And here's how you do that. So if I have a bat out like this, I would hold it straight to my side, just like so. And what we're looking for is this wrist strength of an athlete. If an athlete's wrist starts bending like this, we know that their wrists are having a hard time holding that bat up. And as a result, when they swing, they're going to be dragging the bat like this rather than being able to command the bat head and be able to throw it at contact. All right, so what we're looking for is we're going to have an athlete hold it out directly from their shoulder, just like this, even. And we're going to try to have them hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. And if they can hold this, they're probably in pretty good range, right? If they can blow it out and go like 60 seconds, then the bat might even be too light for them. So about 20, 30 seconds holding it straight on, though, this gives you a good gauge of knowing if an athlete can handle that bat weight or not. If you see them start to dip like this and the bat dips down, they can't keep it up. A lot of times athletes will do this to try to keep it up. You might want to drop 1-2 ounces. And that may help them be able to swing it a little bit easier. All right, they can do it with both hands on either side, and that'll give you a pretty good indicator of where their wrist strength's at. Let's talk real quickly too. People talk all the time about the minus. So if you're going out to buy a bat, should I get a minus 11, minus 13? And most people know what that means, but if you don't, the minus is just it's a very simple formula. It's this. It's the length of the bat minus the weight of the bat. So this here is a 34, it's a 34 length bat, 34 inches. And it has to, by rule for high school or college or pro, be a minus 3. So it'd have to be 31. It'd have to be a 31 ounce bat. So a lot of youth bats, so that the kids can actually swing a bigger bat, what they'll do is they'll make it drop 12, they'll make it, minus 15 or less than that, minus 7. And again, all that means is the length of the bat minus how much it weighs. So just a quick guide indicator that you can kind of use and understand. For that, there is no rule on Little League. It's kind of based on league, so definitely check with your league coordinators about what the rules are for minus. And that way you're not buying a bat and then having to go back and return it. So I think that's important. I also think looking at each league, there's a lot of diversity in how big a barrel can be. So I know a lot of travel leagues, they allow big barrel bats and bigger diameters on the barrel, and then rec leagues disallow it. So definitely check with whatever league you're playing in to make sure that you don't buy a bat that's too big or that you buy one that's too small when you could have had a bigger barrel of bat. All right, so with that, hopefully that helps you kind of get in the gauge of how long, how big of a bat you should be looking to buy. Some of those tests that will help you kind of understand, if a bat is perfect for an athlete or not. With that, I'll end with this, and I always tell my clients this. If you have a kid who's around 7, 8, 9 years old, You don't have to worry about going for the biggest, best, shiniest bat because there's so many regulations on bats, aluminum bats especially, over the years that they have to be about the exact same. So the only thing really different is the marketing, is how shiny it looks, the different colors on it. So I wouldn't worry too much about buying a young kid a super duper nice bat unless it's a Christmas gift or birthday gift that they've earned because, of course, they're going to be grown out of it very fast anyway. So with that, hopefully that's helpful, and we look forward to seeing you around. Thanks again for watching.